Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to the Perceptual Shift Show. My name is James Quine, and this is my brother,
Robbie. I'm a perceptual shifter and a life lover. As you can
right.
see, this is my
We're both life lovers.
Article A, my evidence of life loving. And this is my life loving coffee.
Ooh, that cinnamon tea is hot today, baby. Hot, hot, hot.
That's right.
The way I like it. Nice
You're
and
a
hot.
spicy perceptual shifter
I
today.
am a perceptual shifter. So, all right, life lover. How's it been going? Everything good in your life?
It's pretty good, yeah. I'm ready to do some perceptual shifting today with you.
Right on, man.
This is my new little kind of mission, as
That's
it
right.
were.
That's our new thing.
It's our new
deal.
thing, yeah.
And it's great because I was thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking, you know, in the event down the road, if enough people buy the book and have the book and love the book, and they want to dig a little bit deeper, which is really our outro song.
That's right.
Then they can tune into this show and they can learn sort of our take on each of these pages.
Right. I love the word tune. Tune into the perceptual shift.
So let's assume that you did buy the book, you liked the book, you enjoyed the book, you were on page 7, and you were a little bit confused. You could turn in to our page 7 episode of the Perceptual Shift Show, and you could hear our take on the show, on the page, excuse me. You could hear what we have to share personally of our own experiences on that particular page.
Our experience, strength, and hope.
Yes. And that could help guide you through your process of uncovering, discovering, and discarding using the Perceptual Shift book to become the person you want to be.
That's fantastic. It'll just take it into a deeper dimension.
Yeah, it's similar to our Saturday workshop thing where we go, but those Saturday workshops are not recorded.
Right.
So if you missed that,
Yeah.
and let's say we're on page 150 on that workshop and somebody else comes and gets the book and they're on page 9, they can come back to the page 9 episode of the Perceptual Shift podcast.
Fantastic.
And they can hear about it, which is really great.
I think it'll be fun too. It'll keep it very fresh.
Yeah. And the other thing that's really cool, I realized, is potentially way after we're dead, these shows could still be helping people going through the book, right?
That's
incredible. They can still access this information.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful to be doing this.
The next generation of perceptual shifters.
Exactly. I'm grateful that we're spending the time. We're dedicating ourselves. We are not getting paid any money to do this.
No.
We're doing this out of the warmth of our heart.
That's right.
And with the knowledge that hopefully we'll make a difference in somebody's life.
That would be fantastic. Yeah. That's my goal too. I mean, if anything else comes, obviously it's gravy and that's nice, but.
Yeah. So welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, welcome to the show. If you're coming back to the show, welcome to the show. We hope that we will make a difference in your life and help you to love your life and manifest some abundance.
At the very least, help them to have a better day.
Exactly. So we're going to get into it. We're on page 13, but before we start, we're going to do what we always do, which is bring some levity and some fun and some silliness and some music into your life and our lives.
That's right.
Because we love playing the music too.
I love it so much. Yeah, it's fun. It makes me feel just alive, and there's a certain vibration about music. It comes right out of my heart chakra.
It does. And we're going to try something new with the what's that called? The guitar slide thing?
We're doing the grind at the end.
The grind? We're sort of...
It's basically the perceptual shift grind.
Yeah, we've been working on the tambourine.
It's a new art form. Yeah.
So we're trying to time it correctly. So let's see how this new version of the Perceptual Shift intro song goes.
Thank you. Wish us luck, people.
Indeed. Okay, all right. Let's try not to break anything.
That's right. All right. Are you ready to lock and load?
I'm ready to perceptually, musically shift.
That's right. I'll work at that. Here we go. Welcome to my God. Are we fucking spazzes?
Well, the thing is that we forget.
Jesus.
At least half the time we forget to...
Brain dead here,
to shift our perception by making sure we're looking through the right lens. And that is the lens of love.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah.
So we got the lenses of love on.
Right.
And we're actually ready to do this.
And it also raises our fabulosity too a little bit, as you can see.
And gives us Rule 62 essentially.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the Shift Show. Get ready for the mind flow. You're gonna see the world in a brand new way. We'll show you how to love life. Eliminate your strife. You'll manifest all that you desire. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You should do like a little
Yeah, that would be nice.
at the end.
Okay.
That's cool. All right, I liked
It
it.
was pretty good though.
Not bad. A little
Yeah.
bit off time, but
tiny
you know,
bit.
that's all right.
Tiny bit garage style, but
It's okay, man. I mean, that's what makes it cool is that we do it every single time fresh.
yeah, I like that
So
too.
it's never, we're not like replaying our song that we got perfect every single time.
Right, and it gets me in the zone,
Yeah,
you know, 'cause-
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it makes it
It makes it a little more fun.
more fun, more personal, more a little bit kind of
Yeah, we don't want to be all serious. and
yeah, a
everything.
lot not rigid, you know, not you know.
Exactly.
We're gonna talk about yeah.
Okay, also, if you do not have this book yet, you can buy it at Amazon.com. You can buy the hardcover, the soft cover, or
You can go to Kindle and just shell out a couple ducats, and you got it.
you don't have to go to Kindle. You can go on Amazon and buy it on Kindle
Okay.
from Amazon. But yes, you can get the Kindle book, and if you do that, there won't be the areas to write, so you'll need a journal or a notebook or
That's
something.
true. Yeah, and
Yeah.
don't be afraid to write. If a question really speaks to you, in my opinion, write, even if it's 2 pages, just if you're feeling it, write it.
Exactly. And if you want a signed copy, hit me up in the comments or go to TikTok or Instagram, James M, as in Michael Quine, Quine, and DM me there, and I can get you a signed copy. It's the same price as the one on Amazon. If you do like this podcast, like, follow, subscribe if you want to get notified when the next podcast is coming out. And don't forget, we've got a Saturday workshop where we actually are live on Zoom every Saturday at 3 p.m. California time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be there doing the work
That's
on the
right.
book ourselves, and we invite you to join us there as well.
Yes, and last week's kicked ass. It was so good.
It was a goodie.
Yeah, I mean, they're all good, but for some reason, last week was on fire.
I wrote the book with some help from Robbie and other people, but this is the first time I'm going through the book.
Right.
So it's different. It's awesome.
I love it. I think it's
Yeah.
fantastic. And it's designed to be very practical. I mean, there's a little bit of stigma about these self-help books and stuff. Just ignore that, try it or deny it. You know, see if it fits with you. If it helps you have a happier day, boom.
Did I tell you,
know?
what my dermatologist said yesterday?
No.
So I went to a dermatology
you went to the
regular
doctor,
appointment, and everything's fine, which is
Good.
great. And she said, well, what have you been doing lately? And I told her about this show. And I told her about, and she said, well, what's the show about? I said, it's about the book. And she goes, well, what's the book about? And I told her, it's How to Love Your Life and Manifest Abundance. And I wrote it and this. And she goes, oh my God, that's right up my alley. And she
Yeah.
said, well, wait a second.
I
Is
think
it
most
like
people, yeah.
more spiritual or more practical? I go, it's definitely more practical. I said, it's not a woo-woo book. I
No.
mean, not to say that I don't have a connection with the universe
Right,
and
right.
having a spiritual connection is
Yeah.
important. It's actual hands-on things you can do to love your life and manifest abundance.
In their simplified form. So
Yes.
it's not a heady, complicated thing. It's a very, very almost idiot-proof.
Right. And she
Which
said,
I love because I kind of get ADD-ish. I like very simple,
me
practical.
too. And she said, I'm glad to hear that because, you know, it's not that I have anything against the spiritual, but like sometimes these books go too far off into the woo-woo place and I can't do it. And
agree.
she said, I have a friend of mine who said, well, I'm gonna move to the other side of the island and I'm excited. And she responded and said, well, maybe it'll bring some new opportunities. And the friend said, well, I'm gonna let the universe decide if that's gonna happen.
Oh,
and she was
brother.
like, that's a little bit woo-woo for me.
I roll.
And me too, yeah. So I said, there's no substitute for the footwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to get started on our reading. Page 13 if you're reading along with us. If not, just check it out. And this is a new chapter. It's called The Roots of Our Perceptions. The Roots of Our Perceptions.
The roots?
The roots.
No, just kidding. I didn't bleach my hair.
That's funny. Reevaluating inherited beliefs. A little bit of a story here.
Okay.
So you might want to close your eyes and imagine this.
All right.
Imagine sampling 2 dishes of creamy, fragrant chai tea prepared by different chefs, each proudly using their great-grandmother's cherished recipe. Now, the first chef, from the bustling streets of Mumbai, steeps rich black tea leaves in fresh whole milk, layering the flavors with cardamom, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, and black pepper. The result is bold and vibrant, the spices dancing energetically on your tongue. Can I see your tongue? There we go. Awakening your senses with warmth and intensity. Sound delicious?
Yes.
Okay, the second chef.
I'm foaming at the mouth almost with that.
The second chef, hailing from a tranquil Himalayan village in Nepal, yes, brews the same drink, but the spices are subtler.
Right.
Gently infused into the delicate sweetness of goat's milk, accented with notes of nutmeg and vanilla.
Wow.
Here the flavor unfolds gradually, comforting and mild, offering warmth without overwhelming your palate. Both chefs followed recipes handed down through generations.
Right.
Yet your experience tasting their chai differs profoundly. Your preference for one or the other is deeply personal, shaped by your own upbringing, cultural background, and lived experiences. Like, for example, if your family used a lot of pepper growing up,
Right.
maybe you're not comfortable with that peppery flavor of the chai from Mumbai.
Right.
Or maybe if you remember your mother's favorite dessert and she used a lot of vanilla, maybe the chef hailing from the Himalayan village, their chai really resonates with you because
Right.
it's got that nice vanilla flavor.
Sure.
So the idea behind here is that both chefs followed recipes handed down through generations, yet experience tasting their chai differs profoundly. Your preference for one or the other is deeply personal, shaped by your own upbringing, cultural background, and lived experiences, right? A good example of this is my stepmom, Judy, made curry chicken, and she made it all the time. And my brother, to this day, loves curry, right? I can't stand it.
I love it.
Because I lived
You're
at
a
that
chai
house.
guy.
Yes, I'm a chai guy, but I lived a lot longer at that house than you did.
Right.
Up in Benedict Canyon.
Right.
And I had so much curry chicken that I decided I couldn't eat curry for the rest of my life.
Right.
So if I tasted a chai with curry, I'd be like, whoa. So that's the idea. So as I continue, each of us carries perceptions deeply rooted in our upbringing, culture, and personal experiences. These roots, often hidden and unexamined, shape how we interpret events, engage with others, and view ourselves. Often we're unaware of the assumptions and beliefs we've quietly inherited. Yet these unseen influences operate in the background, quietly shaping our choices and self-perception, sometimes even holding us back from loving our lives and manifesting abundance. So now we're sort of going from the chai tea idea to what issues of our roots and our past are preventing us from fully loving life,
Right.
from fully embracing abundance. This chapter explores the origins of our perceptions, how they are formed by family, culture, and past experiences, and the ways they can either limit or empower us. By understanding the roots of these perceptions, we can begin the essential work of reshaping them to align more fully with who we truly are. And, we have, as human beings, a lot of influences that happen to us, particularly as children and growing up through our life, maybe through marriages or having children, maybe through, first relationships, or some people have medical challenges at an early age. Some people, I succinctly remember walking around middle school looking for where I should sit to eat my lunch and feeling sort of like a reject and not sure which table was going to accept me.
Right.
I ended up landing at the table of all the drug addicts.
I knew
and the stoners,
man, the stoners,
the tokers.
I could feel it.
The wake and bakers.
Right.
Yeah, the mellow dudes.
On the bleachers.
Dude, man, come get a mellow with me.
Were you like under the bleachers or on the bleachers?
Sometimes I was under,
right,
sometimes I was on. But it was like the Spicolis,
Right, the pot smoke coming out.
And the criminals.
Yeah. You sure?
And they were like, come on over and sit with us if you got no place. We'll indoctrinate you into the world of drugs,
selling
alcohol,
the drugs,
and, robbing houses and cars. Yeah. So those influences and the experience of being in jail, in a mental hospital, being abused as a child, running away from home, living in a foster home, sleeping in Greyhound stations, in abandoned cars, and empty houses, in alleys. Those experiences shaped my perception.
Right.
And they actually created a lot of fear. I really grew up with a very, very fear-based mentality. Right. How about you?
Yes. That being said, now that I've done some of this work, I'm grateful for that, though. I mean, I think it's good to have street smarts. It's served me well.
Yeah, no,
survival skills.
I wouldn't take it back. I mean, there might be certain instances or moments that I regret when I hurt somebody else or I hurt myself. That maybe I wouldn't have run. Snorting the locker room.
Right.
What butyl nitrate.
Right.
And looking up at the. Were you with me that night?
Maybe, but I was
In the
probably
Carnegie? I don't think so.
high on butyl nitrate too.
Yeah, you might have been. I think you might have been in Hawaii, but I was at LAX running with a little bottle of locker room. You remember locker room?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm smelling it and getting higher and higher.
Right.
Looking at the airplane coming in at LAX.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Running on the sidewalk to get exactly underneath it, and suddenly,
boom!
My world exploded. Do you remember what happened?
Yes, your whole leg.
I ran into, looking up,
a fire
hydrant.
Yes.
Which ripped my chemin de fer.
Yeah,
which were my favorite pants, by the way.
Yeah,
with the big bell bottoms. Yeah.
The fire hydrant won, James 0. The fire hydrant totally won on that.
It completely tore the skin off the shin.
Yeah.
And I went down, and when I hit the ground...
It was like our perceptual shift grind, but it was with your skin.
When I hit the ground, the bottle exploded of the locker room. It smashed.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, and then I went and took a deep breath, and all of the locker room butyl nitrate was all over the ground, and I got this huge head rush.
I can imagine.
My head's pounding, my legs bleeding.
It's pounding
and I'm
also.
laying there on the ground while my friends are like yelling, whoa, that plane was so cool. They're all high.
They missed the whole thing.
And then they came over and noticed I wasn't getting up.
Right.
And those are the types of experiences.
Did you almost break your shin? I bet you close to it.
I stumbled into my convertible Carmen Ghia.
Wow.
They helped me in there, and we went to the hospital. Yeah,
I love
can't
that.
remember really what happened
that
after
poor
that.
man's Porsche that you had was awesome. The one with the checkers on it?
Yeah, I spray painted those black checkers
Yeah, it
on
was
that white
very
Carmen
cool.
Ghia. And on the glove compartment.
It was totally new wave. It was
that
awesome.
was my super cool druggy car.
It was the 80s beach car. Yeah.
That was a different life.
Right.
People who know me now don't perceive me as like a punk thief drug addict.
I have no problem. I was there, so I like both versions of James. You were fun back then too, but
like I said, those experiences shaped me not only in giving me fearful perceptions, but also they became my experience, strength, and hope. And when I help others, when I mentor others, I can draw on those experiences, and we have this shared grief or shared trauma.
Right.
And I deeply believe that the only one that can help you if you're having delusions, really help you is somebody who had delusions and overcame it. And I'm not saying anything about the medical institutions and therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists, and they're all grateful and they have a purpose. But just like for an alcoholic, when they're speaking to somebody who is an alcoholic and has overcome their desire to drink, and has managed to put together some period of sobriety,
it's been experiential for them.
Yes, they can share, they can relate in a way nobody else can.
That's so correct. Yeah.
Okay, so we've read the page. We've got to move along to the questions, because there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions.
Wow.
And usually there's only 2.
We got lost in the chai tea and it turned into this whole...
We did. It's okay, though. Let's stay on track.
Butyl nitrate kind of story.
All right. Was there, and this question is to you, was there anyone in your past whose behaviors, words, or attitudes negatively impacted you?
Say that one more time, please.
Was there anyone in your past whose behaviors, words, or attitudes negatively impacted you? Anybody that did something that made you feel bad or uncomfortable?
Yes, I think it's very universal.
Yes.
For almost everybody.
I think, and most of these first questions are asked sort of tongue-in-cheek in a way where I think that the majority of people can say yes.
Right.
So if the answer is yes, then can you share with us one person whose behavior, words, or attitudes negatively impacted you? The specific words or the actions or the attitudes that affected you. What person is that? And let's start with that. Who would that be? Who comes to mind right away?
My first girlfriend, Kim Washington. Mm-hmm. And should I say her last name?
Let's
just call her Kim. She was, we were young lovers in Laurel Canyon. Her mom was selling pot and stuff like that. It was very bohemian up there. And I used to hitchhike up there, and then I would skateboard down, to Hollywood again.
Yeah. By the way, I was selling pot at that time.
Right. And it was, a lot of people were, and we were, lovers and making out all the time. And I would, the mom thought I was sleeping on the couch downstairs, and she would go in her bedroom, and I'm gymnastics, I'm in pretty good shape, so I would just jump up and do a pull-up and jump in her bed and make love to her all night. And then, when I heard the door creak, I would jump over the side and land in the sofa and just pretend I was asleep.
Okay.
A little kind of sneaky.
This is going to connect to the reading.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll get there fast, because... so anyway, it's embarrassing, but I can handle it. She called me Mr. Softy once.
Back then?
Yes, I know. I thought I was doing great. I thought I was like a little stud muffin. But
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so did that really affect you?
Well, she laughed at it, and I laughed, people-pleasing style, but it deep inside it hurt. It's like no guy wants to hear that.
Okay, so it carried on inside of you. I mean, did it carry on to the next relationship and the next, or what do you think?
No, but I think it was, I lost my confidence a little bit in that area.
Yeah, I can see how that could happen.
I don't think she meant it as a super mean thing. I think she was just,
Do you think that if you got a little softy with a woman today, that it would sort of trigger that old feeling again? It would bring that up?
Sadly, I think yes, a little bit.
Right.
I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm not going to freak out over it.
I understand. So let me ask you this then, because this is this second part of that question. Okay. It says, reflect on how carrying that person's influence might still impact your daily life or relationships. And I think you just did that.
Right.
It is potential there.
Sure.
And would letting go of their negative impact benefit you? Like if that didn't affect you, if you got a softie and you didn't even remember the Kim thing,
right?
Would that be healthier for you? To not be relating to that, having that sort of feeling of inadequacy? Letting go of it.
Letting go of it? Oh, yeah.
Would that be helpful?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. Definitely.
So what would be a good statement declaring your intention to reclaim your power over your softie and that past experience to shape your hardy future from this point point forward.
Oh my God.
Let's have a positive affirmation about, not being humiliated if you get a little softy, like that it's cool and that you're a stud muffin anyway.
Yeah, there's other things you can do.
So what would that be?
Yeah.
What would that be?
Well, I can't say it on here.
Like, I believe that I am virile.
Oh.
And any softy that occurs
Right.
is not it does not have a direct impact on my self-esteem sexually.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so can you say that in your own words?
Yeah, I don't think that defines me, being labeled as Mr. Softy from when I was 14.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of other things I can do, and you can kiss and all kinds of things.
And usually, as we get older, if you do get a little softy, then you get a hardy.
Right.
And then maybe you get a softy
Sure.
and a hardy, or you take Viagra and you have a hardy the whole
I
time.
want to try that. I'm not ashamed to say it. I've never tried it. I'm pretty damn old, and I want to pop.
Try or deny, baby.
I want to pop a bluey. I've heard wonderful things about
I
it.
can attest from first
You're wearing blue. We're both wearing blue.
It does work pretty sensationally.
That's
okay.
great.
So I'm going to answer the questions.
I might be a candidate for it at this point. Yeah.
I'm going to answer the questions. Was there someone in your past whose behavior, words, or attitude negatively impacted you? And I mean, there were a lot of people, but I'm going to go back to the voice thing because that was very powerful for me.
I love that story.
So the person was a teacher, a voice teacher, a music teacher at Santa Monica Community College, which is, I think, now just called Santa Monica College.
Yeah.
And there was a big auditorium, and a lot of people were auditioning to sing. And I was quite nervous, but I wanted to improve my voice.
Was it a theater?
It was like a theater auditorium.
Right.
Like it was, with the seats that go up.
Right. And so you're auditioning in front of a big crowd, right?
And there was a piano down there.
Right.
And there was somebody playing piano.
Right.
And then the students would come and say, "Can you play this song?" And then they would sing in the microphone.
Right.
And he was brutally mean to these kids.
Boo.
And
Mean
I didn't
people
hear him
suck.
say one nice thing to the 5 or 7 kids that came before me. And then when he asked me to come down, he was equally mean to me. And the effect it had on me was to not sing and to not even sing in the car or in the shower. And it really, really impacted me. And I have to tell you that I really don't remember singing much in the shower until I was probably in my late 30s or 40s.
Wow.
And then when I picked up the guitar when I was 50 years old, I actually started singing, but by myself. And today I sing, and some people don't like my voice, and they might think I sound terrible. Other people like my voice. I've had a difficult time embracing my voice and loving my voice. I still sing. I'm learning to love my voice. We had a page, it was actually the last page we did the podcast for, page 11, that I talked about the same thing. So that would be the person that affected me a lot. And there were a lot of other people, mom, dad, lots of people. Carrying that influence into my life, if I still did that, I wouldn't be singing today. I probably wouldn't even be doing this podcast because I'd be uncomfortable with my voice. And would letting go of their negative impact benefit you? It has benefited me. I haven't let go of it entirely, like you were saying about the Softy thing. It's still back there.
Right.
And so it is important for me to recognize that somewhere in the back of my mind it is still operating.
Right.
And it's time to clear away that rubbish.
Sure.
And my affirmation would be something like, I have a unique voice. I have an interesting voice. I have a voice that's very recognizable.
Yeah.
I have a voice that identifies who I am. And my voice is related to my past. And the fact that I constrict my muscles around my vocal cords, that just gives me an opportunity to recognize where I came from and where I am now.
Right.
I love my voice. I love what I say with my voice. I love singing. And nobody can tell me I don't. I've heard stories. Thank you. I've heard stories about people who were told they had a terrible voice and went on to become famous musicians and rock stars and singers. So Mr. Teacher, wherever you are, you ain't shutting me down, dude. You ain't shutting me down.
That's right. I just want to throw in there a little rock and roll history. This is unbelievable to me, but John Lennon didn't like his voice. I think he's got one of the most beautiful, almost angelic voices.
I also think that there's a little bit of, for people who don't like their voice, if there's anybody out there that doesn't like their voice, I think there's some emotional stigma around it. Maybe they came from a family that told them to shut up all the time.
Right.
And they really shut them down whenever they had a contribution to make at the dinner table or something.
Right.
So their voice was pushed down.
Sure.
And they now are a little bit scared or uncomfortable to use their voice. I encourage you to use your voice to sing, to laugh, to talk, to speak, and learn to love your voice if that's your issue. Or whatever your issue is, do your own affirmations. I know that we're coming up to the end of the show.
Okay.
It's been a great show. I've enjoyed it. Have you?
Yes, very much.
Great. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. We are going to do that stuff, but before we do that stuff and before we continue,
Speaking of voice,
we're going to give you one more song, which is completely different from the first song. It is absolutely, you won't even recognize this song.
Not even close.
Not even close. Okay.
Now you've heard the Shift Show. I hope you got your mind blown. We'll be back next week with more to say. And if you are a seeker, buy the book, dig deeper. Take what you like and now go out and play. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh yeah, and we definitely want to remind you about the book. If you don't have the book, you can get the book on Amazon.com, like I said at the beginning of this episode. You can get the hardcover or the softcover or
The Kindle for only a couple
$2.99, I think.
chicken scratch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$2.99.
really, really cheap. But like James said, get a notebook to write.
Yeah, or a journal.
A journal,
notebook,
yeah.
Yeah, and do your writing there. Or you can get the book from me, a
Right.
signed copy. Hit me up in the comments or DM me on Instagram or TikTok. You can also see some of my life hacks.
That's right.
And some of
Love
don't
'em.
do this, do that.
Right.
This new thing that we're doing. And that's kind of cool.
I dug the new life hack,
you
the
dug that one?
the cartwheel.
The cartwheel. And that's James.
That was a pretty good cartwheel you did.
Thank you. That's James M. Michael Quine. James M. Quine, Quine. That's my handle over there. And if you want to if you like this podcast, hit the like, the follow, the subscribe if you want to get notified when the next one comes up. We appreciate the time you spent with us. Don't forget the Saturday workshop every Saturday, 3 p.m. California time.
I
6
will be
p.m.
there.
Eastern
James will
Standard
be
Time,
there.
live on Zoom.
Yep.
The information will be in this podcast, and we'll also announce it on Instagram and TikTok. And to get the password, you'll have to DM me directly. But thank you very much for being here. And remember, loving life isn't necessarily about loving everything that happens in your life.
Thank you.
It's about the desire to love your life in toto
Right.
and feel like I'm a life lover.
I'm a life lover as life shows up.
Exactly. Things might be difficult.
No strings attached.
Yeah, we might have some struggles or
Sure.
whatever, but we love life regardless of those struggles.
Right.
And if you want to join us as a life lover, you can do it right now because we are going to say it out loud. I love my life after the count of 3. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's lock and load.
1, 2, 3.
I love my life!
The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.